Aloha. I guess it's hang loose. We got back from Hawaii. We went to Maui. We got home Sunday night. Had a really nice trip. It was just too short. You spend 2 days traveling, really. So 5 days just didn't feel like enough. But I am relaxed. I am tan. I don't know if you can tell. Got a little color. Lots and lots of sunscreen, which, big debate on whether it's good or bad for you, but my skin needed sunscreen for sure. I'm going to make a Persian dish. I haven't cooked in a while. I didn't cook at all while we were on vacation. And I'm going to make Kalam Polo. It's basically rice with cabbage, and there's a couple different variations of this. You can make it with beef or veal. You can make like hamburger cup little meatballs with it. I'm personally just going to ground beef with onion, saute that, and then you mix it with cabbage, and then the spices are cumin seed, salt, pepper, and saffron, of course. Got everything here kind of prepped, so I'll keep you posted as we go. I really hope everybody's doing well, and looking forward to getting feedback. I'm still waiting for people to make any comments here. I feel like I'm having a one-way conversation. So please do share any thoughts, questions, and Ahmed Reza, thank you so much for the saffron you just brought for me. I'm very fortunate that I never have to buy saffron. My family is kind enough to bring it to me, so thank you so much for this. I do truly appreciate it. And we're going to get started here. So first thing we're going to do is the ground beef with onion, and I'll give you videos, shots of that as we go. Cheers. A little bit more of a close-up of the ingredients. We're going to be using an onion. I just buy the coleslaw mix in the grocery store already prepped. I'm sure if I got a whole cabbage and whatnot and cut it up, it would be fresher, but this just makes it easier. This is a pound and 1 1/3 pounds of ground beef. We're going to use some tomato paste. We're going to use some cumin seed, salt, pepper, saffron. I just bought this basmati rice. This is a parboiled basmati rice, and it's better for people who are diabetic because it takes off some of that sugar that's in the rice. And this comes with a free saffron inside. So if anybody's looking for some free saffron, you get that when you buy the rice, which is cool. So let's get started. As always, the first step is to saute those onions in some oil. And once they start getting kind of glossy looking, that's when we'll add the ground beef. Like I said, it's a pound and 1/3. All right, as you can see, I have browned the meat and sauteed it with the onion. I've added salt and pepper. I added, I don't know, about 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And then the recipe calls for cumin seed to be layered in between the rice and the cabbage. But I went ahead and added a little bit of ground cumin to the ground beef because I actually really like the cumin flavor with this dish. And now I'm going to add my tomato paste. The recipe also can be used with fresh tomatoes, but I didn't really want to go through peeling the tomatoes and so forth. So I just using tomato paste, and what I do is I mix it up with some water to give it, see it's thinner, so it's, I don't know, like kind of gluey. That's a horrible word. It's rather thick, but it's not as thick as regular tomato paste. So I'm going to add that to the beef, and then we're going to add the cabbage. The recipe also says you can saute the cabbage in a separate dish before you add it to the meat, but I'm not going to bother to do that. So we're going to add the tomato paste with the fork. How lovely. That's what happens when you hold a camera at the same time. So we've added the tomato paste, and now we're going to add the cabbage. And like I said, this was just a package of coleslaw that was already chopped. So I went ahead and add that, stir that up. And then I'm going to go ahead and add, I just put a little bit of water in the thing I had the tomato paste in. I'm just going to add a little bit of water because I want this to be able to saute. And this, when you cook cabbage like this, it cooks down quite a bit. So it's never as much as you think it's going to be. So I'll cook this for a little bit and then I'll let you see what it looks like after I've cooked it down. All right, as you can see, that cooked down quite a bit. I did buy 2 packages of coleslaw, and I think I'm going to go ahead and add some more because this is a lot of meat, and I want the ratio to be a little more. So I'm probably going to add another half package of coleslaw. So this recipe, I'm going to use 1.5 packages of coleslaw. I'm definitely much happier with this ratio. So I'm going to let this simmer down for a little bit. And meanwhile, I'm going to prep the rice and the water because we're going to layer this. We're going to put the meat in with the rice once it started to cook. You'll see. It's going to be delicious. I like this dish a lot. So hopefully someone's going to give this a try and let me know what they think of it. Cooking it yourself. And you can always, if you know me, you're going to say, hey, Kath, bring me some of those leftovers. I want to try that dish. And I'd be happy to share. Cheers. So as you can see, the rice, cabbage, and tomato is sauteing. I am boiling the water to get ready to cook that rice. And as usual, you only cook it, partially because we're going to steam this for 50 minutes once we layer everything together. And I have cleaned the rice and soaking it until the water's ready. So there you have it. So as I wait for the water to boil and saute that meat mixture a little bit, I thought I'd just give you a little update as far as my new job. I started the job just before I left for Maui, and I only worked 5 days, and then I went on vacation. But it's work. I work at a place called Konakai Swim and Racket Club, and what's really ironic about it is I used to go to that club in high school with my old boyfriend. So shout out to Jim and the Rattlebolts. Thank you for introducing me to Konakai because obviously it made an impression on me. And then when Armand was born, we bought a membership there. So I've been a member there since 2000. And it's basically managed a club that has lighted tennis courts and swimming pool with lanes, and they do like water aerobics. And I'm the club manager. I have 7 employees that work for me, and the hours are, I make the hours for myself because I can't be there. The club is open 9 to 9, but I just can't be there the entire time. So right now I'm kind of figuring out what hours I'm going to be working, but the average work week for me will be 30 to 40 hours a week. So may not be making as many videos as I like, but hey, I'll do the best I can. So I'm really excited about the job opportunity. Thank you, Konakai. And I'm really looking forward to working at the club and getting to know everyone there. So aloha, and back to cooking. Cheers. All right, now we're getting ready to layer the rice. We're going to put in oil for the tahdig. And as always, I like to use a flour tortilla for my tahdig. So we've got the tortilla in there. And then I've got, you see the meat mixture. And then we have the rice. And I've got some saffron over here all prepped. And then I've got my cumin seed. So what we're going to do is we're going to layer rice, meat mixture, little cumin seed, rice, meat mixture, little cumin seed, and continue until I've used the ingredients. Then we're going to put a little bit of saffron on top. Then we're going to put a cloth. Then we're going to cook it for 8 minutes on medium. And then we're going to turn it down to low and cook it for 50 minutes. And that will continue to cook the rice because the rice right now is only partially cooked because I don't want it to get soggy. So here we go. All right, there is layer 1. I used a slatted spoon because you can see there's liquid in the meat mixture and I don't want that to go in with the rice because it will make the rice too soggy. So I put in the meat, and then I put a little bit of cumin seed, and then I actually put a little bit of ground cumin as well, because as I said, I really do like cumin. It tastes really good in this dish. So that's layer 1. Layer 2. Oh boy, looking good. All right, we got 3 layers of rice and beef mixture with cabbage. And then the final was just the rice with saffron. So we're going to put a cloth over this and get ready for magic. That's going to be 8 minutes on medium, and then we're going to cook it for 50 minutes on low. And I can't wait to have some Kalam Polo. And I know I don't have a great Persian accent. Oh well. All right, my friends, there is my finished product. This gives you a visual. So that is the rice with the, mixture of saffron rice and the cabbage beef tomato based dish. You serve it with some yogurt and some torshi. Torshi is basically pickled vegetables. And look at how yummy that tortilla comes out. And that's my favorite tahdig. So there you go. Kalam Polo. Bon appetit.